Hey, it's your host Smoove, and today, you know what it is. You see the title, you see the thumbnail, you know what's going down. We're going to get into this female, ElisabethOvesen today, A.K.A. Karrine Steffans, B.K.A. Superhead. And someone was gracious enough to send me this clip here, and we're going to go over a little bit, analyze, give you a breakdown, and review, whatever you want to call it, but it's going down. Let's get into it real quick.
So I tend to date men or marry men actually who are submissive in certain ways, and even if they're not submissive, I like to turn them submissive.
I love that. I love doing that.
I'm having all these realizations that I'm kind of a trip. So
You see how talking is therapeutic?
It really is.
So much to self-discovery.
So I come into situations like back in the day, I have these two boyfriends. It was Lil Wayne and Bow Wow. Everybody knows that, right? So I'm like, listen, Wayne and Bow are my two boyfriends. They're best friends, by the way. Don't worry about that. But I'm fucking them both, and they're in my life. They're gonna be coming over often. Don't worry about it. And they're gonna be calling through.
Hold on just a second, buddy. Can you see what's wrong with this picture so far? She's referring to men that are her husbands as cucks. So just think about that for a second. What type of man would want to be with a woman who sees him as a cuck? A cuck, of course. But just understand, she has no respect for you. You see what she's doing. She just said she has two, not one, but two boyfriends. They're sitting there writing songs about her for everyone, millions of people, to hear about what type of sexual skills that your particular female has. Your wife. So your wife business is out there. So of course your business is out there. Like right then and there. That should just let you know something's terribly wrong with this. But let's get into her particular scenario.
And they're gonna be calling 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, it's cool. And are you down with that? And they would always say yes. And
that's wild. So one of these boyfriends could call your wife at 3 a.m. and get her attention for whatever reason. Carry on.
And then I'd be like, are you sure? Because that's actually some, like, really? Sure. Okay, cool. So you're a cuck. I get it. It's fine. So then,
see how she just puts emphasis on that you're a cuck? She really thrives off of cucks. These are pretty much weak men who have no self-esteem, no purpose usually, and they will let a woman run their lives. And it's impossible to have a household function properly if that's what's going on. But we're going to go get it.
I had this system where every guy on my phone was usually an artist of some sort, so they all had their own ringtones, usually their own songs. So like Wayne had his song, it was always like She Will. So like She Will would start playing, like, and then like Bow had a song, I forgot what his song was, and then like it was like another. I had three boyfriends. Okay, cool. And then I was like,
she can't even keep track of how many boyfriends she has. All of this extramarital activity. First of all, I mean, for me personally, do you really want to go after or behind these dudes anyway? You know they ain't using condoms. You know they ain't. I seriously doubt they're using any type of protection. Even if they were, still. Do you really want these guys' leftovers to come back home to you when you know the amount of women they're already dealing with? So just imagine how much exposure you have, and you are only with your wife, but you have potentially hundreds or even thousands. Just when you put those two together, and then all of the women that they interact with, and then you have to consider all the women who they're interacting with, and then all of those men that those women are interacting with. Whew. Go ahead and bring that into your household if you want to.
this other guy, I'm not gonna say his name because like it's fine. But they all had their own. So my husband would hear it, would know exactly what guy is calling, This is back when we had Blackberries. Know exactly what guy is calling. Know who it is. Now, Wayne, for instance, this is like 2006, 7. This is a long time ago. But like, for instance, Wayne would call, and sometimes I wouldn't get to the phone fast, and he would call the house. So like the cell phone would ring. Maybe it wasn't by me. It was someplace else, but we know like, oh shit, it's Wayne calling, because you hear she will. And it's like his ringtone. So the husband's already up. I don't answer the phone for whatever reason. Wayne had the house number. So now mind you, I have my kid. My husband has his kid. We have kids. We're in a house with fucking children.
and your niggas are calling.
And my niggas are calling.
I gotta go.
3 a.m. And I get on, and then I pick up the phone. Like, and by the way, it's my.
I wish a mother lover would. Are you kidding me? So you calling the house, not just the homegirl's cell phone, but now you calling the house phone because she didn't pick up quick enough for you. You're gonna call my house phone now, where I'm at. I gotta listen to your ringtone. But oh, that's when you gotta go grab that because you know he wants you. And like, are you kidding me? I wish a mother lover would, man.
And by the way, it's my house that I pay for. I pay all the bills. Everybody's dependent on me. I'm the boss bitch. Like, you don't pay for nothing.
You don't answer no phones around here.
You don't answer no phone.
Here we are. You heard what she just said. You heard what she just said. I'm a boss bitch. This is exactly why we tell these women we do not want you if you consider yourself a boss bitch. She feels like she can do anything she wants, no matter how disrespectful the offense is. Are you kidding me?
You don't answer no phones. You don't pay no bills. Like, literally, you're a bitch. Like, whatever. I do what the fuck I want.
All right. Now, if a man were to behave like this and he said, okay, I pay the bills, you don't, you're a bitch, I can do what the fuck I want. That's what she just said. Wouldn't that be considered misogyny? So I guess we should be able to call this misandry.
So I answer the phone. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll be there. No problem. Cool. And then I remember just waking up my husband like, hey, he was already up, but like you gotta get up. You gotta move your car because I gotta go. We had 3 cars, only a 2-car garage. I'm like, I gotta go. I'm taking the Rover. Like, can you just move your car? I gotta go to the studio. Like,
why didn't you move it yourself, bitch?
I'm not moving. Listen, that's your beat up fucking Jag. My nice shit is in the fucking garage.
You couldn't move it to the street and then pull yourself out?
No, I'm not doing all this manual labor. Just move your fucking car.
Are you paying the bills? Move the car.
Yeah, so wait a minute. So you wake me up 3 o'clock in the morning because some other dude hit your phone. I gotta move my car out of the way so you can go and have your fun with this other guy, and I'm supposed to be good with that?
Yeah. Are you paying the bills? Move the car.
I pay the bills. Like, you move the fucking car. He would get up. He would move. He would complain a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Why would
you? You understand why men are not interested in a woman's money for the most part, because this is what happens. This is what happens. Men are not really allowed to behave like this. Men don't take it to this extent where they would have their wife get up and move the car out of the way so they can go smash another chick. At least they have some type of decency, some type of discretion. You know what I mean? They're not going to inconvenience you. They're not going to play the woman's ringtone. You could hear their voice when they call, like, come on, man, you getting out of pocket right here, buddy.
Why would you wake me up?
Oh, this is fucked up, man. I'm gonna move your cars. You go fuck this nigga, blah, 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 whatever
yes.
the fuck. Right, yes, get up, move the shit. And then he would move the car. And then I remember one particular night, I was in my car, I was backing out of the driveway. He moved his car into the street, and then he gave me a kiss goodbye. I'm like, all right, baby, I'll see you in like 2 or 3 days.
Not 2 or 3 days.
Yes, and then I'd be gone for 2 or 3 days, and then I would go home to my husband, and he would have my dinner waiting. My bath water ran. He would like roll me a joint back when I used to smoke, and then he
I would be like Elizabeth when I grew up.
And then like a glass of wine. Like, welcome home, honey. Did you have fun? Yes, bitch. I had so much fun. And he.
She said, yes, bitch, I had some. So she really calling him a bitch. Like, you talking into like how you talk to one of your friends and shit. Like, come on, bro. What you think this is? What do you think this is? What type of man is going to subject himself to this type of treatment? Do you have no dignity? Do you have no respect for yourself to where you feel like it's okay for a woman to treat you like this, like you ain't anything? You gonna run her bath water so she can wash off all them Lil Wayne, Bow Wow, and whoever that third individual was, juices off her. And that's going to be in your bathtub. Yeah, all right, buddy. You better keep it pushing, man. I don't care how bad it is. You a man. You go ahead and get your own. What you got a woman paying your bills for in the first place? That's why you end up with a chick like this. And this homegirl is actually giving out relationship advice. And even with all of that nonsense, guess what? The at least 2 marriages that I know of, she failed at both of them. For me, I wouldn't take financial advice from someone who went bankrupt multiple times. So you probably shouldn't take relationship advice from someone who has dysfunctional relationships, disappears for months, years at a time because she's doing her healing and whatever else, and has failed marriages. I'm just saying. If you want to go ahead and take advice from her, go right ahead. Women in general, if you think that you're going to get away with this and you are a regular woman, you don't have celebrity because of your fellatio skills, you're probably not going to get that off. Some dudes really be PW'd out here, kitty whipped, right? And that will cause them to make grave mistakes like the ones right here, whoever she was married to. You can't make a 304 into a housewife, period. Don't ever try it. This is what you're going to end up with, period. You got to do better, fellas, because a woman like this will take advantage. She obviously does not love or admire or respect any of these men, whoever she's dealing with, and she doesn't have the ability to. And if you go back into her childhood from the way she's explained it, and I understand, so I'm not really blaming her as much because she's had serious trauma. She's explained it on her own in this particular episode. And shout out to this channel, Good Moms, Bad Choices. Yeah. She explained that she was raped at 13. That's severe trauma. I'm absolutely going to get into that in my next podcast of what trauma can do to a female and how she will view men and how men are going to be fighting an uphill battle trying to correct that. For most men, I would advise you to stand clear of this type of individual because it's worth a lot of headache. It's an uphill battle and you are really, really taking a big risk. What you need to do is start to treat women like financial decisions because it ultimately is. And like I said, you wouldn't take advice from somebody who's failed financially. You wouldn't take financial advice from them. Shouldn't take relationship advice from them either. You know what I mean? So you have to think about that before you jump into a situation with a female who's obviously broken. She's still working on it, and hopefully for her sake and anyone that crosses her path, she'll get better. But until then, you probably want to stand clear of this particular individual and any individual who remotely resembles any of these characteristics because they're extremely dysfunctional and you are bound to fail. And I'm going to leave it at that for the day. Definitely check into my podcast. We film live and it's interactive. You can call in, you can Zoom call or by phone every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, same channel. And until next time, stay hungry, my friends. Never thirsty.